everybody, welcome back to Mind Your Money. My name is Tasha, and on this channel we are documenting our journey to debt freedom, financial independence while building generational wealth. And my husband and I are ready to be better managers of money, budget our money, save our money, and of course get out of debt. So if that interests you, remember to click subscribe as well as like today's video, which is our Financial Friday episode 9. For financial motivation, tips, and encouragement, please stay tuned because we are going to be hearing from Mommy Trader. Again, she's here on YouTube. If you haven't seen her, you don't know about her. She's sharing her investment journey towards FIRE here on YouTube, and I want you to check her out and stay tuned because all of us need encouragement from time to time. So peace and blessings. Stay tuned.
Thank you again, Tasha, for having me. I am really happy to be here, and I'm really hoping that you guys find some motivation and inspiration while you are on your financial journey. Now, today's video is going to be talking about finding financial motivation because that's really, really important, especially if you are on this journey. Now, sometimes we are on this journey for different reasons. Sometimes we want to pay off debt. Other times we want to pay more. Sometimes we may want to start investing. Other times we just want to have a better financial future. And finding motivation, especially when things get challenging, is so important. And I wanted to share in this video some tips to help you stay financially motivated, especially when you are the first of your family or your situation or wherever to actually do this. And I'm really hoping that this video can help you guys. So let's get into the video. The first thing I want to talk about before we actually dive into the actual tips is to remember, guys, growth takes time. I mean, outside of maybe playing the lottery or winning some big prize, no one really gets rich overnight. Even if they're left with an inheritance, that's another outside of the box situation. But for the rest of us, for most people, growth takes time, and that means that if you are on this journey for the first time and you're trying to find motivation, remember, guys, you don't want to go into this thinking that change is going to happen overnight. Now, granted, your way of thinking, the way you approach this journey can change at any moment, but actual growth where you see the progress takes time. And I wanted to stress that point with you guys because sometimes, especially in the budgeting community or even in the investing community, you see these big numbers, you see these big gains, and you think, oh my goodness, if I start Monday, then by Friday I would have, I put in $100 Monday, I have $1,000 on Friday. That's not how it usually works. And I want to make sure that you guys have a really good picture of what this really entails. And so the first thing is, you'll notice in each of the slides going forward, there is a plant, and plant symbolizes growth. It is very slow and steady. If you feed it, if you nurture it, if you take care of it, it will always, guys, yield an abundance. And that's really key. And I want you to remember that if you stay focused on the path, it will always yield fruit. Another thing, never ever compare your path to someone else's. Remember, guys, social media always presents whatever the person wants to project, and you don't really see all the behind the scenes, all the nitty-gritty. And it's really important to not get so hung up, let's say, on what they're actually saying or doing in terms of numbers versus taking the meat out of what they're saying and applying it to your situation. So that means if someone is saving $1,000 or paying off $1,000 or investing $1,000, that may not be for you specifically, but you can take that and say, you know what, I'm going to save or invest or pay off the most that I can do. And that is the point that I'm trying to make. And you don't want to start comparing yourself because that always takes you down a path that is hard to come back from. Another thing is you want to stay focused and you want to be consistent. This is probably one of the most important things I can tell anybody, is to stay focused and be consistent. You want to remember why you are doing this in the first place. That's something that I am always talking about over on my channel, is why are you doing this and what is your end goal? And now that you have those figured out, create the in between, and that is where you want to stay focused and be consistent. You always want to keep your eye on the prize. And the next thing is to be flexible. Sometimes life happens And when life happens, you have to know how to alter, to adjust, to change, and even bend at times. Now, sometimes when life happens, people can continue to kind of chug forward without any problems. But other times you may have to bend, you may have to be flexible. And remember, that is okay, because personal finance is always personal, and you know your situation better than anyone. So now that I've gotten all of that out there, let's get into the tips. Now, the first step is to create. And this means you basically want to write down your goals. Do a brain dump on a piece of paper. You can pull up Microsoft Word or whatever you like and just let it all out. What do you want for yourself? Yes, like I said, you want to write down all of your financial goals. And the next thing, and this is really key, guys, is be specific with your goals. Be specific, be intentional, be realistic. Now, this is key. And be honest, be specific. Why are you doing this? What do you want to get out of this journey? This is a great way to help you stay motivated. Also, be intentional. Make your budget and intentionally say, you know what, I'm going to put $100 to this or that, and nothing is going to sway me unless it's in an actual emergency. So being intentional is a great way to stay motivated. Also, be realistic now. And this is where a lot of people fall off of the motivational train. They will have unrealistic goals. They will say, I want to be a millionaire in 1 year. And like I said, there are some, separate circumstances where that can very well happen. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to take work. And you don't want to set unrealistic expectations for yourself and then find that you don't, meet those goals. And then as a result, you stop altogether. And that can be very unmotivating. And so you want to be realistic with yourself. Create realistic timelines. And you can challenge yourself if you like. But again, it's very important to be realistic and be honest with yourself. Can you actually do this? Will you commit to this? And if you say, you know what, I am going to commit because of my why. I want to be better financially. I want to create generational wealth. And if you are honest with yourself and you put steps in place for that, you can do anything. And another great thing is to create a visual aid. I love seeing a lot of vision boards. You can create spreadsheets. There are people who have the planners. Create something tangible, something you can look at, something that has a lot of color, that has some flowers and other fun things to keep you motivated on this journey. I can't tell you how often I get, sometimes tired or maybe even a little kind of bored because you're looking at numbers and you're just waiting. But if you create visual aids, that helps you stay motivated while you are on this journey, guys. Okay? So the first step is to create. The second step is to stay consistent or consistency. And this is key. You want to monitor and track your progress on a regular basis. Now, I am not saying you have to go on every day or multiple times a day or even once a week. I would say 2 times a month or every time you get paid. If you want to just check in, that is always great. But a lot of times people lose motivation because they'll start and then they'll stop. Or they'll start and then forget about it. But you can't do that. You want to stay connected because remember, guys, this is your money at the end of the day, and you want your money to work for you the best way it can. Another great thing is to set automatic payments and deposits. So let's say you want to stay focused on paying down a debt. You can have automatic payments do that for you. Or if you want to deposit money in your savings account, in your investing account, you can set up automatic payments because that'll help you stay consistent as well, and it'll be motivational, because if you forget, the computer, the app, the website, the platform, it won't forget. Also, is stay connected with an accountability partner. This is where YouTube or just social media can be a really great thing. You can create a lot of friendships here on YouTube, on different forums, on different websites that will help you stay focused and accountable on your goals because they are interested in seeing you win as well. And you can be that for somebody else. And that is a great motivator for someone on their financial journey. Now, let's talk about the third step, and that's to celebrate. And this is important, but you want to make sure you don't go all out. We're not balling here, guys. We have goals in mind that we want to keep. So you want to say, you know what, I met a major milestone, or I had a major money win. I was responsible. I stuck to my goals. So I want to celebrate. I want to reward myself. And that's always a great motivator. And I love setting I love setting a celebrate budget. So sometimes it's between $50 and $100. And I always stay under, never go over that budget, because then you're defeating the whole purpose of this journey. And one thing, and I'll give you an example, one thing that I love to do to celebrate when I have a major money win is get sushi. Now, I love the California rolls. I just love sushi, and I love sushi from Whole Foods. So yes, I am kind of bougie when it comes to my sushi. And it's not just me, it's my family. We love sushi. But sushi is expensive. And so we save when we meet a milestone, or we say, you know what, we paid this off, or we invested this much. We were really consistent. We stuck with our budget. We like to reward ourselves. And I'll go and I can get about $50 to $75, maybe spend a whole $100 on me, if I'm being honest, on sushi, and we'll just have that for dinner one night. Another thing you can do is pay it forward. You can create a YouTube channel like Tasha or myself, or a lot of people that are doing it, and show someone else. Document your journey so someone else can see and be motivated in themselves. So, you know what? I want to be better. I want to have a better future. I want my children and my family to have a better future. And that is a great way to pay it forward. And I am telling you, from somebody who does this, it is very motivating for me to see that I am helping, encouraging, and inspiring others. And I'm sure Tasha will say the same thing. It brings you so much joy. Now, always, guys, remember, you can always be the change that you seek. We can be the change that we can seek. We can find financial motivation to be very powerful. It's a very powerful tool, especially when you are consistent with it and you are, chugging forward, making a lot of good moves. Another thing is believe in yourself, guys. That's sometimes is the hardest part, when you want to do it, but you are kind of fearful. You are afraid, or you feel like there is no way with my situation that I can come out on the other side. Well, I am telling you, you can. You are not the first one, and you won't be the last one, but you can be one of the ones to say, look, I did it. Look at what I did. And if I can do it, you can do it. And this goes on to my last point, which is when you're the first to do anything, even if it's in your own family, it is always harder. Look at our first Black president. And I love how he always talks about this. When he ran for president, he literally had it the hardest than any other president in modern history. He was the first Black man. He had to do everything right, it seems. Even if he was frustrated, even if he was upset, he had to keep his composure. He had to make the right steps. And I am telling you, it is always harder when you're the first, even if it's in your own family. No one else was ever able to retire early. No one else stopped living from paycheck to paycheck. No one else was able to create generational wealth. But guess what? You are going to be the first, and though it may be a little harder, the rewards are always great. It is monumental, it is inspirational, and it is life-changing. I'm talking about breaking generational curses, life-changing. When your nieces and nephews, or your cousins, even your children, your spouse, see that, you know what, look at what they did. It encourages them to make changes in their own lives, to start, afresh, anew. And I am telling you, it is that change in terms of your finances is something that I don't think a lot of people really take into account in terms of powerfulness. But I am telling you, to be the first in my personal family to be a millionaire, and to be able to give back and help my nieces and nephews and my children to have a great head start is so rewarding. I am so looking forward to that, both me and my husband. And so again, you can be the change that you seek. We are never our past. We don't have to stay there. We can get up from there and be better, do better, have more, experience more. You can be the first one to take your nieces and nephews on a vacation, so they can see, this is what a vacation is about, or buy them stocks, or open up a savings account for them. I mean, this is the type of stuff that changing and creating good financial habits can do for you guys. So, If you enjoyed this, please go on and like this video for Tasha. Again, thank you so much, Tasha, for having me. I hope that all of you found some inspiration and motivation so that you can get started. And until next time, I'll see you later. You have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.